One of my dream matchups for this year's Ryder Cup would be Bryson DeChambeau versus Tommy Fleetwood. Even though he's an Englishman, Tommy is beloved by the American golfing crowd. Bryson has become one of the most popular guys in the country thanks to his YouTube channel. If I looked at both their golf swings and had to figure out who would win in a one-on-one matchup between Bryson and Tommy, it would be extremely close. With 19 years of teaching experience and helping golfers of all ability levels play their best golf, I know for a fact I can tell you which golfer would have the advantage on this stage. Being a PGA member, newly elected to the Golf Digest Best Teachers in the State of Texas list, I'm going to show you what you can do with your own golf game based on what we see these two guys do head to head. Ryder Cup fans, do a little something different today. Golf swing duel, Team Europe versus Team USA. Representing Team Europe, we have Tommy Fleetwood on the left. Representing Team USA, we have Bryson DeChambeau. Today we're going to analyze their iron swings and try to figure out which one would win in a heads-up match just based off their golf swings alone. So, just like any other video, we're going to draw some illustrations, draw a line up the club shaft, draw another one up through the top of the elbow to represent the elbow plane. We'll do the same thing on Tommy Fleetwood here, and through the top of the elbow, draw a line off the back of the hip. We'll draw a line off the front of the knee, do the same thing on Tommy, and we'll draw a circle around each competitor's head. We're going to turn on our OnForm skeleton so we can measure what they're doing. So first off, at setup, we can see the differences. If we look at the shoulders of Bryson DeChambeau, his shoulders are lined up slightly out to the right, indicating he's going to be setting up for his notorious draw. If we look at Tommy Fleetwood, his shoulders are very straight. Foot line's very straight, knees are slightly closed, hips are slightly closed. Overall, both very, very, very functional. Neither is going to sway who's going to win this matchup. So as we take the club back, Tommy Fleetwood's going to keep his knuckles on the shaft line from P1 to P2. Bryson DeChambeau is going to take the club back and do something very, very similar. Now notice where the shaft gets parallel to the ground. Tommy's club shaft reaches parallel to the ground much earlier in his backswing, where Bryson reaches parallel a lot longer. Bryson's hips turn more, his right leg straightens more, Tommy straightens a tad, not nearly as much. So Bryson is building a bigger backswing with a much wider swing arc. What that's going to do is give him more potential for speed and power, regardless of what swing he makes. So we continue on to the top of the backswing. Tommy, right leg straightens a decent amount, doesn't lock out. Beautiful arm structure at the top. Grip cap is right on the top of the elbow plane line, indicating that he's going to swing slightly inside out, be able to control his ball flight with very little effort. Bryson finishes taking the club back. Club shaft goes a little vertical. Right arm stays a little bit more internally rotated. Hips maximize their rotation on a tilted angle in the backswing, and that right leg is completely straightened. Now what this does, again, is it allows Bryson to make a gigantic backswing, making the swing arc as big as he can. Lot of added lift, and then in transition you can see now Bryson's wrists begin to move. So he doesn't load this with his wrists in the backswing, he loads it in transition, or what I would hear people refer to as a down cocking move that's going to generate power. Now every tour pro does that a little bit. As we can see, Tommy does that just a little bit at the top, but not nearly as much. So if I had to say at Bethpage Black, a really long golf course, I'm gonna have to give the edge to Bryson DeChambeau for his backswing alone. Let's watch the downswings and see if that still holds up. So Tommy comes down, club shaft on a very good position, coming down here to P5 when the lead arm is parallel to the ground. That club shaft goes right through the middle of his trail bicep. His right knee and left knee are in their original positions. He's increased his shoulder flexion, and he's going to begin to open his turns, tilt his shoulders to the right, and extend his spine and his legs. Because he's overflexed in the downswing, every once in a while, Scotty can hit this just a little bit fat and mistime it, and it causes some contact issues. But what Tommy's really, really, really good at is controlling his arms. As you can see here, he's still got his right arm bent, and he's making sure that he doesn't hit this fat. Bryson, as he comes down, club's going to go in a very similar direction. His right knee rebends to its original position. His left knee still has not extended. As he continues down through impact, you can see his spine starts moving up. His hips begin to come off the wall. Some people would call that an early extension. He gets through here to impact, and you can see the difference. His right arm has begun to straighten a lot more. His spine is a lot more vertical. He's extending his body more as he extends his arms. If Bryson didn't do this, he'd chunk it every single time. So he's extending the arms to keep the arc wider and increase the amount of speed that he can generate. As he continues on in the follow through, Bryson's club stays outside his path, and his hands actually start working up and around as they stay underneath the elbow plane. Now, this is where I don't like Bryson's golf swing and where he gets a little wild at times, is his club comes out slightly above the elbow plane, but his hands also come out that way, and you can see just how much he's holding his lead elbow in a slightly flexed position, and he's trying to hold that club off from rotating too much, and his shoulders get very level to the ground as he spins out this foot. To me, him not controlling the follow-through is one of the reasons why he has a tendency to lose the path too many degrees inside out and the face, and he has a tendency to hit either big old hooks or blocks way out to the right. Because he's got so much speed, that ball ends up really, really far offline. Now, when we look at Tommy Fleetwood over here, his hands, clubs start moving around his body more, and his exit comes out below the elbow plane line, indicating that he's traced the arc and is hitting a very straight shot. Now, because he moves his arms around the arc and keeps his arms much straighter in his follow-through, he has more control of the face and the path. So if I had to give an advantage to one golfer or the other for the downswing and the follow-through portion, I'm giving it to Tommy Fleetwood. In this situation, Bryson's got a better backswing, can create more power, but Tommy hits the ball far enough and has a lot of precision built into this golf swing. So who's going to take this matchup if they were to face off next week in the Ryder Cup? It's a coin flip. Make sure to comment below who you think would win this matchup and which golf swing you like better and why. Also, make sure to check out my members only exclusive content right here on my YouTube channel. Also, go to my Patreon. Join there if you want exclusive, personalized instruction for your own golf game. I look forward to seeing you guys at the Ryder Cup. Go USA. Let's bring this cup back home.